To understand the mystery of Zebulun, we must go back to where it all began, to a woman longing for love and recognition. Leah conceived again and bore Jacob a sixth son. Then Leah said, "God has endowed me with a good gift. Now my husband will dwell with me because I have borne him 6 sons." So she named him Zebulun. Leah named Zebulun hoping Jacob would finally dwell with her. The name Zebulun means dwelling or exalted abode. But did Jacob ever give Zebulun the attention she desired? Not quite. Like his brothers, Zebulun was part of a powerful promise, one of 12 tribes that would shape the destiny of Israel. But unlike Judah, Joseph, or Levi, Zebulun's name rarely takes the spotlight. So why does Jacob's blessing for him stand out as one of the most mysterious in the Bible? Genesis 49:13, "Zebulun shall dwell at the shore of the sea. He shall be a haven for ships, and his border shall be at Sidon." Wait, if Zebulun's land wasn't near the sea, why did Jacob say he would be a haven for ships? Was this a mistake or a prophetic clue to a hidden truth? Could Zebulun's people have traveled beyond Israel, shaping trade and history in ways we never imagined? Let's unravel the clues. As Jacob lay on his deathbed, he gathered his 12 sons and spoke a prophetic blessing over each of them. Some, like Judah and Joseph, received grand promises of kingship and prosperity. But Zebulun? His blessing was peculiar. Genesis 49:13, "Zebulun shall dwell at the shore of the sea. He shall be a haven for ships, and his border shall be at Sidon." But here's the problem. Zebulun's land wasn't on the coast. His territory was sandwiched between Issachar and Naphtali, far from the sea. So was Jacob wrong? Or was he speaking of something deeper, something prophetic? Zebulun's blessing wasn't about land, it was about influence. The Phoenicians, master traders of the ancient world, controlled the coastal cities of Tyre and Sidon, places closely linked to Israel. Though Zebulun didn't have direct access to the sea, they may have played a crucial role in trade, acting as a bridge between land and maritime commerce. Could Zebulun have been a nation of merchants, secretly shaping Israel's economy and international relations? Deuteronomy 33, verse 18-19. "Rejoice, Zebulun, in your going out, and Issachar, in your tents. They shall call peoples to the mountain. There they offer right sacrifices, for they draw from the abundance of the seas and the hidden treasures of the sand." Zebulun wasn't just a tribe of merchants and traders, they were fearless warriors. In the time of Israel's greatest battles, when nations rose against them, Zebulun stood on the front lines, ready to fight to the death. Judges 5 verse 18. "Zebulun is a people who risk their lives to the death. Naphtali too, on the heights of the field." The Israelites were being oppressed by King Jabin of Canaan, whose general Sisera had a terrifying army of 900 iron chariots. The prophetess Deborah and the warrior Barak led a rebellion, but not every tribe answered the call to war. Who stepped up? The Bible specifically names Zebulun and Naphtali as those who risked everything to fight. While others hesitated, Zebulun fearlessly ran into battle. Their warriors weren't just soldiers. They were willing to die for their people and their God. And because of their courage, Israel won a miraculous victory. Judges 6:35, "And he sent messengers throughout Manasseh, who also was called to follow him. And he sent messengers to Asher, Zebulun, and Naphtali, and they went up to meet them." Once again, Zebulun answered the call to war. Among the 32,000 men who came to fight, Zebulunites were there, standing alongside Gideon. But remember, God told Gideon his army was too big. So what happened? Gideon's army was reduced from 32,000 to just 300 warriors. Those who remained were the bravest, the strongest, the best of the best. Could Zebulun's fearless warriors have been among them? Against impossible odds, Israel won again, and Zebulun's legacy as a warrior tribe only grew stronger. We've seen that Zebulun was more than just a warrior tribe. But what if they were also explorers? Could they have traveled beyond Israel, perhaps even influencing nations far from the Promised Land? Deuteronomy 33:18-19. "Rejoice, Zebulun, in your going out. They shall draw from the abundance of the seas and the hidden treasures of the sand." Zebulun was prophetically linked to the sea, yet their territory was inland. But what if their going out wasn't just about land, but about long-distance trade and exploration? The Phoenicians, Israel's northern neighbors, were master sailors known for their long voyages. They built ships that traveled to Spain, Tarshish, Africa, and even the British Isles in search of metals and trade goods. Could Zebulun have partnered with them, joining their voyages and expanding Israel's influence across the seas? 1 Kings 9:26, King Solomon built a fleet of ships at Ezion-Geber, which is near Eloth on the shore of the Red Sea. And Hiram, the Phoenician king, sent his servants with the fleet, sailors who knew the sea. Narrator King Solomon himself used Phoenician sailors for trade. Could some of them have been from Zebulun, fulfilling the ancient prophecy that they would draw from the abundance of the seas? Let's take a look at 3 theories of Zebulun's lost voyages. Theory number 1, the Tarshish connection. Isaiah 23 verse 1, the ships of Tarshish wail, for Tyre is destroyed. Tarshish, believed to be Spain, was a major center for silver, gold, and trade. If Phoenician ships reached Tarshish, could Zebulonite traders have been among them? Theory number 2, the British Isles and tin trade. The British Isles were famous for their tin mines, a critical resource for making bronze. Ancient records show that Phoenicians traded with Britain. Could Zebulun have gone that far? Theory number 3, African expeditions. The Bible describes Solomon's fleet bringing back gold, ivory, and exotic animals, possibly from Africa, Ophir. Some believe the Lemba people of Africa, who have Jewish DNA, could be linked to lost Israelite tribes. Could some have been from Zebulun? If Zebulun's people truly sailed far beyond Israel, their story may be far greater than we ever imagined. But what happened to them? Could they be among the lost tribes of Israel? Zebulun was a warrior tribe, a tribe of traders, a tribe that may have sailed to distant lands. But then, they disappeared. What happened to them? Are they lost forever, or could their descendants still be among us today? 2 Kings 7 verse 6, in the 9th year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria captured Samaria and carried Israel away to Assyria, and placed them in Halah and Habor, on the river of Gozan, and in the cities of the Medes. The mighty Assyrian Empire swept through northern Israel, capturing and deporting the 10 tribes, including Zebulun. They were scattered across distant lands, never to return. Or so history tells us. Where did they go? Some Israelites were absorbed into Assyrian society, losing their identity. Others may have fled south to Judah before the invasion. But what if some migrated even further, traveling with traders, joining seafaring cultures, or disappearing into foreign lands? Let's take a look at this theories on Zebulun's descendants being among us today. Theory number 1, the scattered Israelites in the Middle East. Some believe remnants of Zebulun intermixed with Persians, Kurds, or even Afghan tribes, groups that have oral traditions claiming Israelite ancestry. Jewish communities in Iran and Iraq may include descendants of Zebulun. Theory number 2, the lost tribes in Africa. The Lemba people of southern Africa claim Hebrew ancestry and even practice ancient Israelite customs. DNA tests have confirmed Jewish genetic markers among them. Could some be from Zebulun? Theory number 3, the European migration. Some scholars link the Celtic and Scythian migrations to lost Israelite tribes. Could Zebulunite traders and warriors have blended into European populations centuries ago? If Zebulun's people were truly scattered to the ends of the earth, their bloodline may live on in ways we never expected. But does the Bible give us any clues about their future? Ezekiel 48:26-27, Zebulun shall have one portion beside Issachar. The prophecy of Ezekiel describes a future restoration of the 12 tribes. Zebulun is listed among them, meaning their descendants must exist somewhere. The Bible speaks of a time when the scattered tribes will be gathered once again. If Zebulun was lost, one day they will be found. The question is, where? Zebulun's story is one of courage, adventure, and mystery. From warriors on the battlefield to traders on the high seas, from being exiled and scattered to a prophetic return, this tribe's legacy is far from over. Maybe you have a story like Zebulun, one of boldness, adventure, or even mystery. Maybe your destiny is still unfolding. But one thing is certain. The God who guided Zebulun's journey is still guiding people today. If you found this journey through Zebulun's history fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss more deep dive Bible mysteries like this. Drop a comment below. Do you think Zebulun's descendants still exist today? Where do you think they went? Share this video with someone who loves biblical history and hidden mysteries. Stay tuned for our next episode because the Bible is full of stories waiting to be uncovered.